Hey everyone, Dennis K here with Belize Islands Real Estate. Hope you all are doing well today. Hey, listen, I know a lot of you are looking to come down for extended time periods to Belize, check things out, and you're looking at Ambergris Caye or maybe different parts of the mainland. And this video really ties in nicely with my own personal experience, what I'm facing today, but also it's based on an email that I got from a client looking to come down next January and February, and him and his wife want a nice place to stay. I think there's actually four of them coming down, and they're wondering if I can help them find a decent priced rental somewhere on the water where they can enjoy the beach, the ocean views, somewhere a little bit more upscale. And this led me sort of down the rabbit hole of this whole short-term, long-term, nightly rental things that we're running into in Belize, not just recently with some of the updates and changes from the Belize Tourism Board, which, by the way, Josie can help you navigate all those things. So if you're thinking about building your home and putting it into a rental pool, or hiring the management out, or creating an Airbnb out of your property, Josie can help with that. But this video isn't about that. This video is about how to find long-term rentals or mid-term rentals during high season. And this is not easy. So for example, this client, and he's coming down next January and February 2023. He said, where can I rent on Ambergris Caye that the four of us can enjoy a nice, high quality rental, beautiful views on the beach at a reasonable price? And that is where the real issue comes in, because January and February in Belize are the top two travel months out of the entire year. January, February, March, actually, those 3 months get a lot of our tourism, highest occupancy rates, but also the highest nightly rate. And so I have some tips and suggestions for all of you looking to come down and spend several months a year over that winter holiday period. But the reason why this is so fresh in my mind is because Steph and I just moved on Friday. We moved from Strasbourg to the French Riviera. So we just landed here. I'm literally about a 7-minute walk from the beach. I'm probably sunburned from taking so many walks out there. Just a beautiful beach, beautiful part of the world. But anyway, we arrived here mid-May, and we're on the hunt for an apartment. And this is the worst time of the year to look for an apartment. Why? Because right now, going into June, July, and August, this is peak season for the south of France. So all the Airbnbs are at very top dollar. There's very little occupancy, and it's hard even to find an apartment to rent for a week, let alone something permanent to rent for several months at a time. The same thing is going to happen for those of you looking to come down next January and stay for 4 weeks or 6 weeks or 8 weeks or more, right? So those types of rentals are going to be very, very difficult to find. And as something that you might want to check out, this is just fun to do anyway, go to the Belize Tourism Board website, and you can find this tourism performance dashboard. And if you're a numbers guy or girl and you like statistics, you can normally find some pretty interesting information in here. Not, well, of course, right now, everything is skewed due to the pandemic. So of course we had, a year and a half of non-performance when it comes to tourism because of the borders actually being closed. But you can go back and look at 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, of course, 20 had a great start, but then it fell off due to COVID. But then when you look at some of the numbers here, as you go through even just, 2020 through March 2022, for example, I'm going to pull up something here. Overnight performance, overnight arrivals, I should say, compared to the Caribbean. All right, so here is the accommodation statistics. And look at the average room rate by region. So you can see the area is up here. So you got the Belize District, Caye Caulker, Cayo, Corzo, Hopkins, Orange Walk, Placencia. And right here you have Ambergris Caye. And these prices are in Belize dollars. But you have, I think it's 555 Belize dollars is your average nightly rate. So that's $225 a night. All right, that's your average. So that, doesn't take into consideration, some of your lower priced budget listings compared to your, upscale places, for instance, Grand Caribe, Cocoa Beach, Las Terrazas, Mahogany Bay Village. Those types of places are going to be more. But if we just do some simple math, if the average rate is $225 a night, and you're looking at staying 30 nights, that's $750, plus you're going to have some taxes on top of that. So you're looking at least $8,000 a month, at least, for even a very simple rental, on average, plus or minus. Now, if you want to go a little bit more upscale, you want to get into something with that has a nice kitchen and a bath with some beautiful ocean views, maybe a place with a pool. You can be looking at 300, 350 a night. You can see your cost goes up quite a bit. Other parts of the country still have very high occupancy rates for these 2 months, but some places the cost goes down quite a bit. So, for example, well, not Hopkins. Hopkins is still about 400 Belize a night, 200 US a night. Placencia still high, Standing Creek, Toledo. So, what I might recommend is that if you're coming down to Belize and you want to spend 2 months in the country and you want to do it during our 2 or 3 highest peak months, that you use this opportunity to do some traveling and to see some different parts of the country. I'll give you an example. Right now, again, we just landed here in the French Riviera. We could, pay 2 or 3 times the amount of rent per month for June, July, and August. And then, prices drop back down in September. But since this is going to be our home for a while, it's actually more cost advantageous for us to sort of do some traveling over the summer months to cheaper countries. For example, Greece. We can go to Greece, get an Airbnb in Greece on the islands, a lot cheaper than what we would pay for rent here. We could go to other places around Europe, that are, would be a lot more cost effective. So what you might consider doing is go ahead and splurge on Ambergris Caye for a while. Spend 2 weeks there, get yourself a nice apartment, nice condo, home, Airbnb, nice condo, but then go to Caye Caulker maybe for a week or 2, and go to the Cayo district, and maybe go down to Hopkins, and you'll kind of spread yourselves out over the country during these 2 months, and use this as an opportunity to see a lot of different parts of the country. And what this will give you is a little bit of negotiating power. The reason being is if you're looking at Ambergris Caye to come down for a month or 2, January, February, it's going to be really hard to negotiate with resort owners, management companies, and Airbnb saying, can I get a discount for a long-term stay? The answer is going to be not really, because we're already going to be full without you, with clients paying full price. So you can say, okay, you know what? Let me see what I can get. What kind of deal can I get for 2 weeks? Then go to Cayo. What kind of deal can I get in the Cayo district? And then go explore the jungles, the rivers, the wildlife of mainland Belize. Maybe head back out to the coast at Hopkins, do the same thing. But if you got a couple different areas in mind, and you can sort of play around with different dates and scenarios, then you could have a really interesting trip to Belize for 2 months. But instead of staying in one place, now you've been able to see more of the country. Now, once the occupancy rates and prices dip a little, it's going to be a lot easier for you to find things that you can get a good deal on for 2 or 3 months at a time. So, for example, starting in June, May, June, July, August, certainly September, October, those months in Belize are typically months you can get a little bit better deals. People are looking for some business. For example, once occupancy rates dip a little bit, you might have people willing to give, monthly discounts, maybe a 20, 25% discount, sometimes as much as a 50% discount if you rent by the month. Saves them money and time and effort in a way, because they're not doing check-in, check-outs, every 5 to 7 days. They have one renter there the entire time. So sort of an easy rental for them. Also, it fills it in gaps, because sometimes during these lower occupancy months, they can have, 5 or 6 days of a gap, and that makes it difficult to fill. So kind of plays with their occupancy rates a bit. But anyway, for this couple, John, this is the advice I would have for you, is that yes, come down to Ambergris Caye for 2 weeks. Look for a nice rental. It sounds like for you and your wife that the places that are going to work the best for you are places like Las Terrazas. Grand Caribe is a very nice place. Cocoa Beach might be a little busy, but Cocoa Beach is one. Also, check out places like the Belize Yacht Club. Steph and I lived there for several years. Belize Yacht Club is an older property inside the unit. Some of them have been refurbished, some of them haven't. They're very simple. They're very Central American and feel in a good way. It's got a really cool design to it. You got terracotta floors and a lot of local Belizean artwork on the wall. So it's very much a local island place, but it's right in the water. And they might be able to do something for you when it comes to a long-term rental. What they typically are, and this might work really good for you guys, is they are a 1 bedroom, 1 bath with a small kitchen, living room, and deck on the bottom. All right. And then on the second floor, the unit right above is just a little bit smaller, but it also has a bedroom, a living room, a balcony, small kitchen, and bath. So for 2 couples, it might work out really good for you guys. So check out the Belize Yacht Club. Let me know what your thoughts are there. And then if you want some recommendations in the Caye district, Steph and I love the Caye district. Spent a lot of good time there, so we can make some recommendations on hotels there, and then we can go from there. Sound good? All right. Thanks a lot. I appreciate everyone watching the channel today. If you found this helpful, go ahead and click the subscribe button. Helps me to get my videos out to more and more people. And I'm going to be giving a little bit of an update as far as listings go. We had several lots going to contract over the past 2 weeks, but I do got some good inventory, especially in and around Secret Beach, that we want to move. So watch out for that video. I'll be putting that out here in a little bit. Just want to get some confirmation on some pricing and financing terms. And I'll be going ahead and recording that and getting that out. Sound good? All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. And we'll talk to you soon.